Alright, Nova's Football Conference. This is a little demo on how to set up AutoDraft. We'll go through just setting it up from scratch and then talk about the instructions and where to find help and stuff like that. So I'm on my page. I'm managing my team. Right now you can see AutoDraft is off. If you want to work on AutoDraft, that's right there. If you need help for fantasy football, click on Fantasy Help. It takes you to the ENC Football Assistance page. For AutoDraft, input personalized draft list and activate AutoDraft are the two primary links. You want to go ahead and click on input personalized draft list. It takes you to this portion of the help page and tells you basically how to set up your own draft listing. If you wanted to set up a comma delimited file, this is the format of the way the players need to be inputted. There is a draft link listing that's already set up, that's ranked. It'd be a lot easier to use that than to do this manually. Also, once you're done with all that, it tells you, here's your activate AutoDraft, tells you how to do that. Alright, so I want to set up my AutoDraft. I'm going to go click on set AutoDraft. You got two basic areas here, a top and a bottom. On the top portion, you have players that have already been inputted into the system, and if you wanted to use this list, you would select, let's say, Brandon, and you would put Brandon over there. If you wanted Robbie Gould, you'd put Robbie over there. Now if you wanted, and right now this is how they're linked, they're ranked, right? So if you thought Robbie was is better than Brandon, you go ahead and put Robbie up. Now he's ranked first. Now you would do this with all of the players. Well, it depends on which round you're in and when you set this up, but if you're going to set it up from scratch, you would go through all your players that you wanted. Tyler Eifert, not a really good player, but anyway, you want to pick Robbie Gould before Tyler. Bam, there you go. So, but there's a problem with this list here, and essentially, for example, we got Peyton Manning. Where are the Mannings here? Yeah, we got Peyton. Obviously, he's not playing anymore. We got Johnny Manziel not playing anymore. So, we get, let's see here. We'll clear this out. Alright, if we want, there's this upload default rank list. This is a list that has most of the players already ranked, right? And they're using, I don't know which particular draft list that they're using, but they're if there's 5 that are out there, it's probably all within scope of what those 5 are using for as far as players. You can still modify this on how you want to set it up. So if you want Mark Ingram to be ahead of Jamal Charles, you go ahead and do that. If you think he should be below Lamar Miller, right? You just got him. He's now below Le'Veon Bell and Lamar Miller. So you can set this up however you want. Again, these players are accurate. That list is accurate. Now on the bottom portion of this, you can you got these two selections here where you can ignore bye week conflicts. Obviously, you may have the opportunity to pick, a couple wide receivers, top-notch receivers, but unfortunately they have uh, the same bye week off. The system will recognize that they have the same bye week and they will not pick. Uh, they'll recognize it as a conflict and they won't pick that player. If you select ignore bye week, it will select that wide receiver, those players, regardless if they're off on the same week. The other button here is select based on position around. So if you select that, now you have the opportunity to select players by round. Uh, Typically, it is all set up as any when you start off with. But as you go down, or whichever wherever you are in the draft, you can say, hey, fourth round, I want to start getting my kickers going. You get your defenses there, uh, and then let's say you got your QBs at the end. However you want to do it. Again, the only way that's going to happen is if you select based on position around. All you have to do is uncheck if you don't want to do that. When you're done putting all this stuff together, right? You got your list. You have this or you don't have that set up. You could then turn on AutoDraft for your team, click, and then hit submit. And it tells you personal player draft rankings entered, everything is done. Now you can go back to your page and it tells you auto draft is on. Now if you were just doing this, let's say you're going to do some shopping or something, you're going to the ball game, you didn't want to be bothered, you can set this up for a couple hours. When you're done, you click it off and then you can go back and do your normal picks and see what else is out there, what other players are available. Pretty easy. Just click on, click off. And that's it. That's how you set up AutoDraft. If you got any questions, be sure to send myself and Dave an email, and we'll go ahead and get those questions squared away for you.